Hello everybody, welcome to Capture 3.0 presented by Dota Cinema and Moodog TV. My name is Sunsfan, joined by Pit Muckle on Observer / Production. You shut your mouth. Also Slacks on Stats. And finally, the man who put the anal in Analyst. Cinderin, how's it going, buddy?
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Welcome back. That is actually Pimp. You can hear him on my mic. Yeah, that's not an insult. Cinderin, welcome to Captain's Draft 3.0, Cinderin. Welcome.
Evil Genius's
Thank you.
turn to ban.
Sorry. Hey guys, Arc Warden's not banned yet. Will it happen?
Team Liquid's turn to ban.
Fear's been practicing it. I know that for a fact. And he lost horribly. Actually, no, he didn't. He won because the hero is completely imbalanced. No. He was pubbing it. Yeah, oh my god, we're getting close. We're getting close, guys. Oh, hold your collective breaths and your collective testicles, Cinderin. Is it gonna happen one time? Please? Oh my god. Liquid, please, don't do it. Don't you dare ban it. Don't you dare ban it, Liquid. Oh god. They're gonna play it, I promise you they're gonna play it. So, just to update people, EG needs to win one game. Dance, that's it. Liquid has to 2-0 or the series just doesn't matter, and they're gonna go lower bracket. Pretty simple. 2-0 or nothing for Team Liquid. Arc Warden. First pick will go to EG. They're gonna ban Arc Warden. Oh my! We did it, boys! We did it!
Liquid's turn to pick.
Slacks, welcome. Oh my goodness, I gotta learn his skills now. We got Flux, got Magnetic Field, Spark Wraith, and Tempest Double. I'm gonna call it Missy Chronosphere thing, probably, at one point, but... Okay, I need to... Oh, I think I just soiled myself, not gonna lie. We need to get back on track. Okay, what is a counter to Arc Warden? Because I have no freaking idea. Counter push of some kind, I assume.
Earth Shaker.
So an item, okay?
Evil Genius's turn to pick.
Well, his clone is what's Imba, too. I have to say, though, generally, so far in this tournament, EG has been the coolest team because they've actually picked. Cinderin, your mic is muted in Dota TV. How dare you? It's okay. Nobody watches. Go to audio.
Venomancer.
Mic for team. Okay. All right. I think I got it.
Thanks, Cinderin, for ruining the cast. So we're going to continue on with the draft. Now, Venomancer and Brewmaster are picked up for EG. I was just saying that they picked Brazier of Heroes as of late. They've picked a Ricky, and they won with it, by the way. I don't know if you watched that, Cinderin. You probably haven't watched any Captain's Draft games.
I actually saw a bit of that game.
Okay.
With the he roamed it from like level 1, right, as a support,
Yep.
and then he went Earn. And then
Did he go
Purge
Earn? I don't
explained
remember
how the area of a circle is defined by 2 pi radius. And then I muted the cast.
Pretty sure everybody did that.
Silencer.
Which is yes.
Evil Genius's
Yeah, Pimp was
Alright,
very
so
angry
anyway.
about that, for sure.
Yeah. And then Pim was like, no, that's not how it works. It's like exponential, blah, blah, blah. I press buttons on a computer and then I make overlays and shit. So, yeah, no problem. I can do that. I
gotta
like
behave yourself,
I like
Cinder.
Sun's fan solo cast. That's good.
Hey, Silencer's in there, Cinderin. That's our hero.
Yeah, he's actually an interesting idea against Dark Warden, because obviously Global Silence affects both of them, it affects everything. And one thing Team Liquid do have in their lineup is they have a lot of sustainability. Like, Abaddon and Shaker are good at protecting a hero and keeping it going, and then they have Bristleback. So, it's also a damage source. Like, they have damage coming from outside that magnetic field, which I think they have to keep in mind. They need to be able to kill heroes in magnetic field, because it probably can't prevent Arc Warden from
They don't
casting
have
it
any
entirely.
MKB carriers for Team
That is
Liquid.
true. This is a good AA pick, though. I think it's really nice. Last pick for EG. That also means that it's
5
probably a
seconds
core
remaining.
Veno. Or a
Yeah.
core Ogre. It's one of the
Nah,
two.
probably Venom. Oh, Leshrac.
That's
All right.
nice. This is a hero that kills Arc.
Yep.
I like it.
All right, so I have some very basic questions about Arc Warden once we get started, because even when I did the hero preview, I was like so confused about one of his skills and how it even synergizes at all. Like it just seems super random, and that is, and I can't even look at the name now.
Ghost?
The nuke? No, not the ghost. The one
Oh, the
where
first
you.
one. Flux?
So the idea is if you cast it on somebody, it does a lot of damage over time, unless they're close to an ally, which can also be an allied creep.
Any ally
How does
unit.
that? Yeah, how does that synergize with his other skills? I don't get it. Does
Oh,
it?
it's like you
Why do you
slow
want
him.
them close together?
So you slow him down. Well, you don't, right? You want him to be isolated away from his team. So you slow him down,
10
then you can put a
seconds
Spark
remaining.
Wraith on top of him, and he's so slowed that he won't get away before the Spark Wraith
5
triggers.
seconds
And
remaining.
then, because he's slowed, you can cast Magnetic Field, and then you can just auto-attack him really fast while he can't run away, because the slow is that strong. I think it's the same amount as Gale, isn't it? It's like 50%? Yeah. It's a Gale.
Okay, so you're
basically.
saying the mechanic in which when they like to get rid of it, essentially they just have to stand next to an ally that has no synergy. That has nothing to do with his skills. Like the synergy is.
Oh, I see
everything
what
else.
you mean. So yeah,
You know what I mean?
forcing him together with an ally doesn't really benefit Arc Warden.
The
That
only
is
thing I
correct.
can think of is that you can put a magnetic field on 2 heroes in that case, but it could be a creep as well. So it's like, that part seems really weird to me from a design aspect. But all right, before we get started, because I've heard you say this about Earth Spirit, what do you think? Because you said Earth Spirit is probably the least balanced as far as design is concerned in Heroes of Dota 2.
Wait, do you mean now or back when we
Yeah,
talked about it
now
in the
what do you
past?
think? Do you think Arc Warden has been
I
put in
think
that
Arc Warden
place?
is the most broken hero design right now. I think it's good he's not in CM. There's something about this hero that I feel like, you know, it's like with Earth Spirit. He got nerfed like 5 times and then put into CM, and he's still a first pick. So
Right.
I think this hero is kind of in the same category. But the other thing about Arc Warden is we haven't seen it played so much, and there's a couple of players in pubs that are really good at it. I think the standout player is Lil from Virtus Pro. He plays it a lot, and he's really good. But I still think he doesn't play the hero to 100% of its potential relative to how well he plays other heroes. So when you see someone get like really good at this,
The
it's
battle begins.
absurd what it can do.
I just realized
think so.
Arteezy is the one playing Venom, so
It's
it is a core
Arteezy
like
Venom,
you said, but
so male ogre.
that
That's
is
really
so
interesting.
weird. Only in Captain's Draft. Although I know Sumail likes to play, he's been playing a lot of off lane. He's been playing basically every role under the sun other than support. So I expect him to be. Wait, are they actually dual laning together? Wait, is he actually Sumail's playing support?
Yeah,
This isn't a
looks like
core
it.
ogre then.
It's a support ogre. It's
Oh
universe
my.
farming.
He
But I think
literally
the
plays every role.
idea for EG here is that you see universe starts with a Talon and Tangos. So if they get the opportunity to do it, they're gonna lane Sumail and jungle universe early if they see a chance to do it. But
Or we're gonna have an early
Permission.
gank on Arteezy. Thanks to his brother Kuroki. Who was left, who was right doesn't matter because Arteezy is first. Well, that is really easy going the way of Liquid.
a very good start. It's
And
also
bottom lane in the meantime, Mind Control getting pushed completely out of lane. Chilling Touch just dealing ridiculous damage.
yeah. So I do think this mid lane it's really important that Fata gets this gank. This is a matchup you never see. You never see Bristle against Veno, but just from a theoretical standpoint, I think Veno wins this lane pretty hard. At least very early on. So Fata getting the kill there. Did he actually get the? Yeah, he got the first blood. Gets him his bottle. Even though he gets that kill, he's still 1-on-1 CS against now 6-4 on Arteezy's Veno. So difficult times ahead. At least he gets a chance.
I'm interested how this bottom lane is going to go for Mind Control against... Because I have no idea how Arc Warden even lanes. Like how... Does he pressure a lot with those nukes?
So what you usually do is you max. I think there are 2 builds. I think most players nowadays max Flux. The other one is maxing Spark Wraith. But in either case, if you have a lane support that can force the opponent away from the creep wave, then Flux is super good, right? Because then the slow lasts the full duration, which is 6 fucking seconds. It's pretty pretty absurd. So his main weakness in lane is that he has 0 armor and he's low base damage. So the way you counter this hero usually in pubs is that you aggressively lane into him and just shut him down. But Liquid aren't doing that, so they need to have a lot of faith in Matumba in this game on the Lush.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Matumba Man is getting pretty much free farm top lane, 11-2, forcing Universe out at his heart's content. Sumail picks up a haste. Has Ignite, can harass Kuroki if needed, but it's going to disrupt this pull instead. Only gets 1 range creep, so that's pretty good for EG overall. But going back to Arc Warden, I think we kind of mentioned, we didn't actually confirm. Fear is playing it, and it is the 1 role. And I think it is like I feel like at least from a pub perspective, that Arc Warden, you kind of have to play it as 1, or else it's just not worth it. Would you agree with that?
The roles I usually see it in are 1 or 4, actually. Which is something
Four,
EG could have gone for. Yeah.
Top lane Universe getting harassed heavily. Gonna get
he's
blocked by the Fissure. He's gonna die one way or another. And Jerax will net himself a kill.
Yeah, so the reason this hero can work in a 4 position is obviously, if you think about what made people pick Venomancer in the past with Gale, that's what you could pick Flux for now. It deals damage as well, which Gale doesn't, right? On level 1, it's just initial damage. It's pretty bad, but Flux is good. And then if your lane goes well, you can become an absurdly strong 4 when you get the Midas. He benefits twice as much from Midas as the other
so essentially,
supports do.
you build him the same way then, as far as like items are concerned.
Yeah, Midas book. Generally Midas book, and then either the Rapier build or something.
The Rapier build actually disgusts me. This is something that probably needs to be nerfed, because late game you can literally leave the real hero in base and never have to worry about dying. You just or dropping the Divine Rapier at all.
I think
something needs to change.
The shared thing. So I think the 2 heroes I hate the most right now are Arc Warden and Lone Druid, and I think it's because of that shared factor with how much they can do with how little risk.
Right.
Lone Druid can get away with so much now with Savage
But
Roar,
Lone
like
Druid
said,
got nerfed, bro. Got a few seconds extra on that cooldown of Savage Roar.
I mean, it's a start. I think he's going to get nerfed again. I'm almost 100% positive. But you want to be careful with over-nerfing heroes, and I guess it's kind of cool to see the hero back as well. It's a little too good for my taste. But.
Well, Fear right now with 22 and 13 in the CS department, 100% free farm in this lane, completely abandoned as mind control is forced into the jungle next to the ancient creep. That's not the jungle technically, but either way. Sumail, invisible, top lane. Don't think he can set up anything, especially with Jerax rotating on that Earthshaker. But yeah, as far as if people aren't too familiar with Arc Warden, as we might see a gank here top, Jerax.
Oh, that's a good ward.
They have the ward.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I think they
very
want
good ward.
Unless Sumail comes in
they're
defense.
Definitely gonna go for this after the tower. There's no reason not. Well, he does have a TP, so they need to hold 1 stun.
That's an interesting skill though by Matumba,
right.
getting 1 in Diabolic Edict and then 2 in each respective skill after.
Oh, they saw Arteezy rotating with the other ward. That's why they didn't go. That's very good.
Yeah, Barteezy level 6 now. Gets his ultimate level 6 actually. Nice block off by Jerax, and that's gonna, in all likelihood, break this up. As a Gale is ran. I wonder how much he plays Venomancer, honestly. Probably not at all.
Radiant's middle tower.
First
I
time
don't
in a
think
year
he plays it
like
very
that.
much.
Yeah.
At least.
Alright, so tell me where I'm wrong about this. So Arc Warden, the build you go. So I know there might be some people that don't even know what this hero does at all, but his ultimate essentially creates a double of himself. Isn't really an illusion because you can't get rid of it in the same way, but it gets all of his skills, other than his ultimate, of course, and all of his items, and all of them are off cooldown, no matter
Yes.
they're on cooldown or not for the main hero.
Yes.
So typically
Correct.
you get something like you obviously get Midas, so you can use that twice. In fact, you can use it more often on your ultimate than you can on your real hero. You get Necro Book, you get Divine, stuff like that. It's just insane.
Yeah, and you can see the other thing you generally have on Arc Warden are a Salve and a Clarity. Because when you spawn the clone can obviously use those, and then you can use it on your main. Since your main pays health and mana to make the clone,
Mid lane,
the clone can just compensate for it.
Arteezy forced to Fairy Fire, gets his ult off. Fata's getting harassed now by Sumail. Sumail really wants to get this kill. Fata just keeping his back to him. Sumail looks to be dead one way or another, and Fata looks like he'll live through it. My goodness. Only a level 1 Veno ult, which felt like it does nothing against that Bristleback.
Bristleback with a Baton is really, really strong.
Yeah, that's true.
It's something EG don't have that much against just yet, but the good thing for them, of course, is that we talked about it. It's kind of going to be the talking point of the game is Fear, because I feel like if Liquid don't put enough pressure early on, even if they win a bit early game, this hero is going to prove to be a problem for them. I don't see great counters in the Dire lineup apart from Lesh. So
Dire's bottom tower
it's
is
gonna
under
be tricky.
attack.
Also comes down to how well Fear plays the hero, obviously. So far so good, gotta say. He's got really good farm. His spell usage in the lane has been good. And his itemization also shows he obviously understands the hero very well.
He's used the Midas already, and top lane, Matumbaman gets stunned by Sumail and slowed with the Ignite. Universe is here as well. Sumail looks to be dead, but can Universe clean up Matumbaman? That would be a pretty big kill for the offlaner in EG. Lightning Storm, health salve up, but it's going to be cancelled right away, and that should be an easy kill for Universe. So, a great trade for EG overall. Which isn't
very
usually the case
interesting.
when you're talking about Sumail, but he is support.
Yeah, the fun thing is, I was going to say, if you think about what you generally, when we talk about Sumail as a mid laner, we say he's super aggressive. I feel like on the support role it's the same. He's just running at, you saw him running in mid, just going onto the bristle, and now going onto the left. He's not afraid to throw his life away for a kill, so it's a lot more forgiving on a support role to play like that than it is on a core.
PPD
bottom.
spots out the smoke, bottom lane,
damage.
Fear gets off his magnetic field. Fata is just going to chase him, and Fear looks to be dead one way or another. Sumail's here for backup. One more right click will finish off Fear. Indeed it does. And I don't know if they want to dive this any further. Abaddon is level 6 though.
Oh,
PPD
they
and
could
Sumail have
definitely go.
absolutely no mana. There's 4 heroes here for Liquid. As Sumail is going to take the brunt amount of damage here, and PPD gets his TP canceled at the last moment. So the Liquid looking really nice here. So hopefully there's some comeback mechanics for this Arc Warden, which obviously there are since he can farm so freaking fast.
They're taking advantage of EG's lineup. Just their supports have not been finding any combinations, and Liquid are just going for these big rotations with multiple heroes, and they keep working out because right now their lineup is really good. Baron is awesome this early with those levels. They have obviously both Bristle and Lesh get so much from just having these level 7s on their heroes, so very good. EG,
If you
they need to take a breather here and just get a blink on Universe.
take a breather, guys, come on now. But if you guys remember last season and the season before, actually I don't remember if it was season 1 or not. Oh, no, it had to be season 2 only. Earth Spirit was available to pick, and he was back then even more broken than he is now. And even though he was, I think they lost every game with him in our tournament. Am I not mistaken?
He went 0-2 or 0-3.
Yeah.
But it should be mentioned that we talked about that in that tournament as well. The players that played it didn't seem very familiar with it.
Yeah,
or
that's
didn't master it at all compared
Tumbaman
to.
gets gone on in the jungle. Primal Split will be used. Sumail taking quite a bit of damage, but they'll find the kill before he goes down.
That's a big
Yeah,
kill. I think
that's-
that's Blink for Universe.
Well, didn't Jerax
Almost.
pick it last season?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he didn't get it. I
Okay.
think we saw it on. Who was it? I think Bambo once. And
Yeah, I remember Bambo.
The
Yeah, I mean,
other one
they-
I think was an CIS team. Was it Vanscore support? I think.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so.
I think you're right, actually, because Jerax would have made a lot of sense. They would have banned that every game against him,
Yeah.
since he was the only person that was actually spamming Arteezy in the meantime. Getting gone on by Fata, who came out of invisibility room, but Arteezy will live thanks to the TP. No stuns there for Liquid.
Interesting to see for Liquid, by the way. Jerax has been involved in 6 kills, and he's level 3. It's, he has just been roaming and ganking and nothing else. So I was about to say they've got great support levels, because Kuro's almost level 7 on Silencer, but it comes at a price there. EG is a little more leveled out. They almost have Ice Blast, Ogre's level 5. I think... I'm wondering if Liquid have accomplished enough with it, right? They're 7-2, they're ahead by a tower, but the gold is still almost even. And Fear will be getting this Necro book very soon. Oh, he's got a Mango now on the Warden instead of the Clarity. Better version, I guess you could say.
Yep. So consumables work exactly the same way. As the regular
What is it
items.
that you can't use on the clone again? You can't use... Refresher?
Well, yeah,
and-
Refresher makes sense.
Refresher and Smoke.
Oh, okay.
I think there's one more thing.
While you
Dire's
maybe
while
that's
you
all.
actually try to figure that out, then there is a smoke gank here. It's going to be revealed thanks to Sumail and that big beefy ogre
Radiant's
Wards.
attempting to run away. Oh yeah, wards in general, or sentries, or just
I think
Observer.
all wards. All wards.
okay, all wards. Sumail,
Oh, good
TP's
fissure.
canceled by the fissure, and this looks to be yet another kill going the way of Liquid. In the meantime, BD was cleaned up as well by the Leshrac.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And
I wonder
since that
what
terrible
EG's
start,
read-
Arteezy just hasn't moved in this mid lane, just getting complete free farm now.
I wonder what EG's read on the whole situation is. If they're like, they're obviously not happy being down 9-2, but I think their game plan so far is progressing all right. It can get very scary now if Liquid get to take the mid tier 1, and especially if they get at one of the tier 2s. But it's still it's still a pretty even game in my opinion. And it just
Oh, we
takes
have the
one bad
Blink
fight
Dagger
from Liquid.
reveal from
Yep, here we go.
Brewmaster. He's going
Nice
to go on to
blast, very
Jerax.
well placed.
Arteezy pops his ult. Fata taking a lot of damage thanks to the poison wave. He's going to clean up Arteezy though. Looks to be a trade of sorts as Silencer will fall as well. So it's a 1-for-1. And you're right, Mind Control is just keeping Fata alive. Not that he really needs it because of that Bristleback passive, but still, all the damage over time is really annoying to deal with.
Nice
Universe
stun.
takes a splitter to the face and drops to the deck. So trades again for Liquid.
Yeah, this is very good for Liquid. It's not just that they get a 2-for-1, but that was a brew split, and that's a really big cooldown that they can try to take advantage of. They can try to maybe Roche, or they can look to push this middle tier 1 while it's down. Venom might make it difficult, and of course the Arc Warden will be drawing a lot of attention to himself.
The
In the
ultimate
top
rat.
lane, 1
and a
Flux, 1 Spark Wraith, 2 Flux, and Kuro's almost dying.
Good
He does have
God.
12 on the wand, and he took 800 damage, and Arc Warden didn't even attack him, I think.
Is Dagon a thing on Arc Warden?
It's
Hey,
fun,
ult will
but
miss
it's not
here.
as reliable. The thing that's obviously really good about the Necro book is it has so good synergy with Flux. With that slow, you just do so much damage with the books that it actually ends up doing more damage than a Dagon anyway. So,
But you could get. I mean, he gets so farmed though that that's not really out of the question to get both at some point in the game.
that
I mean,
is
they're
true.
getting like dominated this game so far, and he's top net worth almost.
Yeah, Dagon can be. I guess it's more of a cute build, not as safe. If you go Necro book and then into what we talked about, generally you see Rapier, Mask of Madness, and of course the BKB, which for reasons is always the same duration on the clone as on the main. So if the
I've
main
seen
doesn't
AC
use it, you
as
have
well,
to.
since you want to push
Yep.
and get a little bit of tankiness as well. Mid lane, Fata taking a cold feet. Doesn't look like it's going to proc. PPD forced out.
Oh,
You
that's
get
a good
block,
fissure.
though. Kuroki has 8 intelligence stolen, by the way, as the 4 silencer. That's definitely what you want to see if you're Liquid. And PPD stuck between a rock and a hard place. Global silence is popped. PPD's going to get healed up thanks to the mech, and Kuroki's the one that gets destroyed in the end. Mind Control stuck in the trees as well, behind Sumail. And PPD, who's somehow still alive, and Arc Warden just destroying Fata. Can't any damage inside that kinetic field. And they're going to clean up Fanta in the meantime, so a 2-for-1. Really good trades for EG, as Mind Control still stuck in the exact same spot as before. And my goodness, double kill for Fear. Ballin'.
Yeah, that was a really good fissure, but they couldn't follow through as much as I thought they could. Kuro walks in with the silencer, but there's no secondary damage. I think Leshrac wasn't even there. So fighting under the enemy tier 2 without your strongest core, arguably, after the Bristleback is just not going to work.
We got double
AG take a
Necro 1s.
big
cogged.
win.
Fear's Tempest double has the Midas available. There you go. Good usage. Great job, Fear. And this tier 2 tower is taking a beating. Jerax is going to be found by Universe. Thunderclap into Primal Split, surprisingly enough. They'll find this kill. Easy one. Although it is a Primal Split used.
Probably still worth it for the amount of pressure they put on the map. With Shaker down, they can push mid a little bit longer for these 20 seconds that they have. They know there's no global. And yeah, you just... I don't think EG are in a position where they feel like they're going to need this split for the next 2 minutes. Now that Shaker's off the map, they've pushed out... Actually, with this push that they have on the bottom from Matumba, they could try to force a fight. But I think
Arteezy
EG are over
reevaluating his
the...
life. Apparently doesn't want to play Venomancer. Not a fan. But
That
look
was
at the
another
net
big
worth.
factor in the previous fight, by the way. And the mech advantage did a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
PPD alive for so long.
Is he gonna go Greaves? I guess you have to go Greaves against the Global Silence, then you don't have to worry about getting your spells off.
Yeah, that would be really good this game. I think.
If you look at the net worth, though, it is actually even after that one fight. So despite the really good start from Liquid, they've essentially lost that lead.
And then the distribution is just that Arc Warden is leading, and that's something
Yeah.
you really don't want to see. He's going to have a Necro 3-minute 15. And that's, that's something you sometimes see on a Beastmaster if he has really good farm, but that Beastmaster generally doesn't have a Midas 2, and he doesn't have 2 books. So this is going to get nasty to deal with
I
already.
feel like it's difficult for Arc Warden not to be #1 net worth.
If you get pressured
Especially
hard
in
in lane,
clubs.
then yeah. But obviously this game, not the case.
Fear going on top of Kuroki, gets the Necro books off, and not gonna get the kill, but damages him into oblivion. Has to force back to base, and Fear just chilling top lane, pushing, no problem.
He actually doesn't have a
Just support.
TP. I think that Fata
know that.
identified that. Fear's in a lot of trouble if Fata goes up here.
He just wants the gold. He really wants to go to that Necro.
He's not gonna make it. He pipes too.
Oh, no.
Dire's structures
Or not pipe. He
The
what is that called again?
self-cast
Barrier.
blood.
Barrier, right? Barrier.
He barriers himself.
Hey,
Dire's
cast the
top tower
barrier.
has fallen.
I was gonna say yeah, Hood or Pipe would be really good this game, and you were wrong. Fata did not identify that. It's a definite
true.
misplay from Fata. My goodness.
He didn't see it. Well, maybe he thought there was backup or didn't even know for sure if he could win that fight, but with the clone down, Fear is not that strong in there.
Oh,
So-
Arteezy split earth in the jungle. Matumba Man with that pulse nova is gonna tear right through Arteezy. Gonna attempt to TP out. Might do so successfully. Indeed, he does.
It's a level 1 edict, so it's actually not that much damage coming out once those 2 nukes are dropped from Matumba. And even if it's higher level, I think Arteezy had like 18 armor there. He has 18 armor constantly moving around here.
Got a triple smoke by EG.
back.
I assume Arc Warden will now go Boots of Travel into probably upgraded Boots of Travel before anything else. Honestly, he could just TP on top of his teammates like he could right now. But he's in this lane. He's just gonna push, and I don't think this smoke's gonna come of anything.
Invisibility.
Oh, I'm just getting like flashbacks to so many pubs right now, and then I feel that no, it's Fear playing it, and he has a team playing around it that understand how it works.
Yeah.
That's some scary shit right there.
I've been pretty disgusted with the hero overall.
screwed.
Karoki. Yeah. Bye bye, friend.
Took a chance to try to get a ward out.
What? AFK? Happened there? Did we catch that?
Dire's
Alright, well,
bottom
Abaddon,
tower is under
I caught the tail end of it, but it just looked like he was standing still and just died to Necro units, but
He might have tried to cast a spell and then lost his mana or something.
let's see.
Or maybe
I mean,
he was
Necro
affected
units.
by flux and then you look like you're standing still. So.
Yeah, I guess that could be the case. But Necro units in general just counter Abaddon still.
Oh, he killed a
He
book.
died.
Oh.
Oh, no. Rough.
You might as well get some gold on your way out, right?
I guess so. Pretty smart thinking. Next level stuff there from Liquid. TZ, now he's doing the pushing game. Top lane, he had, what is he, has he finished anything since we last talked? Oh, he actually went Aether Lens, finishing the Guardian Greaves. So extra range for Gale cast, and isn't that it? I guess your cast for Plague Wards a little bit longer, but I don't know how helpful
then
that is.
did you mention the spell damage? 'Cause that's
8%
obviously-
extra
yeah.
damage to everything.
It's something
That's true.
true.
That's true. It is something. Thanks for the... Oh, Universe pops the Primal Split. They're going to contact Fata. He has the Photic Shield applied, though. Mind Control. Look at how little mana he has in the beginning of this fight. That is just rough. He's going to get one more Photic Shield off on Bristleback. But one way or another, this Abaddon will die. Silencer has the Global ult. We'll use it now. And Fata actually might just run away from this.
How's Mind
Well, in the
Control not dead
meantime,
yet?
will not.
Okay, there we go.
Tanky mother effer. Here comes Jerax. Has enough mana for his Echo Slam, but just has to walk up and do it. But it's going to be a dirty one. It's going to be on one hero, if anything. Universe taking the Enchant Totem and the right clicks from Bristleback. They're going to 2v1 Universe. Four stacks of goo on top of him. And meanwhile, it's 2 for 1 overall. And Universe, you're not getting out of here, buddy.
Meanwhile, in Arc Warden land,
Oh, hi, Arc Warden. Nice
there
to
goes
see
the
ya.
tower.
You have Boots of Travel yet?
He
Yep.
does, yeah. I don't think he's going to upgrade them. I think he's just going to focus on getting a combat build for the clone. So either
What
Mask of Madness BKB or
Did you
Mask
see
of
that
Madness
ult?
Rapier or something like that.
It's in the trees. That was interesting. That was previous level.
It's
Ancient
interesting to
personal.
see how this strategy is coming together for EG, though. I really like how Arc Warden and Veno synergize and just having ridiculous slow on both heroes. So you can just kite for an eternity in fights, and then you just have great split push too. Both heroes, you always need to deal with Veno's wards in the lane. He will be in a good position in general, and then that just makes it safer for Fear to go wherever he wants to be.
Does Fata upgrade to Crimson Guard? Does he need to go something like BKB?
I think Crimson Guard is very good against this. But BKB is also an invaluable item against that build on Arc Warden. It's generally the way to go in the mid game. Is most carries against Arc Warden want to get BKB and then they want to get MKB. So BKB so they don't just get torn apart by the Necro books, and then MKB so they can hit in the magnetic field.
We have a Roche attempt.
Curious to see.
AA ult is available to use if they have a little
Oh,
spidey senses tingling here, and they are. Fear's coming in as
that's
well.
gonna miss completely, huh?
That's his ult. Not going to do a whole lot of damage, at least not at the start. His Fata's going to apply the pressure to PPD. He's going to get done immediately, though, by Sumail into an Ignite. Fear, in the meantime, continuing the pressure with that Primal Split. of Universe chasing down for Matumba Man. He's going to use himself. Actually, that was probably from the Earth Panda.
No, it was his own.
Matumba Man might actually get away.
Dodged the stone, tossed. Very nice play.
This fight is super split up. Kuroki, Aphotic shielded, Universe is going to run away. In the meantime, Fada is just getting completely... And a big Gecko Slam from Jerax. Immediate mech from Arteezy, keeping people alive. But Bristleback died all the while. Unfortunately for Liquid, could not save their comrade, as PPD being kept alive as well. Mind Control in the meantime gets his ult off, trying to take down Fear, but again, completely surrounded by EG members, and will all likelihood drop to the deck as well. So 3 dead in that engagement. And Roche.
They might be able to claim Roche themselves. They're kind of low on mana, but these death timers on Liquid are already fairly significant. And yeah, here come the books. And that makes it very fast.
Oh yeah.
At least Roche doesn't have mana anymore.
Yeah. I was just thinking, the magnetic field, how good is that for... Oh, it's only 3.5 seconds level 1. I was going to say for level 1 Roche it could be good, but not really. 3.5 seconds of... maybe if you have an Ursa it could be decent.
Yeah,
you can learn a thing or two about level 1 Roches. You guys tried the 2v1 Roche at the beginning of the game. I don't think I've seen that before.
Oh, it was an interesting idea.
Yeah. Almost next level. Universe picks up the Aegis, by the way. Has Vlads to go along with that, and 1,000 to boot. Is this like an Ags game for Brew?
It's pretty good. You still get... How is it? Global Silence also affect the Brewlings, right?
I think so,
cast it after he splits? I think so. But yeah, regardless, it's still a good item. I think I could see that. On the other hand, AC is just so damn good for the Arc Warden's build, and then he doesn't have to get it himself.
Fear! Jerax is gonna find him with the Blink, Enchant Totem, Fissure on top of it. Do they have enough damage to take him out? He's gonna pop his Necro units along with the Magnetic Field. Fear trying to walk away, but the splitters will ensure that he will finally drop to the deck. That disgusting hero finally dies. As has popped Arteezy, attempting to run away, gets forced out the way. And Fata with that cold feet, I think he's just gonna back up. What?
Oh, nice
Aphotic shield. Split Earth, trying to take out these really annoying Necro units. That's probably the 2nd edition.
Ice Blast! Oh, no, he's TP!
Oh, into
that's
the
gotta
Ice
hurt.
Blast! Oh, man.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. If he just kept running, he would have lived, but he obviously has no idea.
Poor Matumba Man.
Oh,
But that's
such
still a
big
nice
kill for
trade.
PPD.
Still nice. 1 for 1.
Yeah. He gets AA level 11, though. That's a pretty big deal for PPD to land on that.
Dire's top tower is under
And he can
attack.
start working on his Ags now that Force Staff is done. Has a little bit of mobility, escape mechanism. And let's go back to Fear, because his net worth has gone up by about 6,000 in the last few minutes. Has he bought anything? He has 5,000 gold, so just chilling right now. No big deal.
Yeah, I'm trying. I feel like I'm forgetting one build that was popular for a while. I think now the state of the hero is that most people get that Mask of Madness Rapier build, but now that I think about it, previously some people would get Diffusal Blade and Hex. Because the Diffusal, I think, always has full charges on the clone, so every clone you make can purge 8 times.
That is so disgusting. Why is that a thing?
I think so. And
If
then
that's
obviously
a thing,
2
I'm
hexes.
gonna go vomit.
All right, he bought something. He bought the relic. All right, here we go.
Oh yeah. So is this like you literally just don't leave base then, right? Because you don't want to drop that divine, and you don't need to leave the base, technically speaking. It makes you half as powerful technically, but I mean that's still damn powerful.
I think there's a middle ground between not leaving base and going into the fight head on as Arc Warden. I still think if you have good map control, you want to have the main one farming and using its Midas.
Right.
So, but yeah, the main part for Fear is to be playing very cautiously, and then his clone. So what's crazy about this? You think about other heroes when they have a rapier, and you're like, okay, you can just stun them and then kill them off. But if he has magnetic field on, you have to kill it entirely with magic damage because it's 5 seconds of physical invulnerability. Well, attack invulnerability. You can take damage from close range, shit like that. But let's be real, Liquid don't have enough of that.
Yeah.
So that clone's going to be a problem, and it can solo their supports. Like if Shaker or Silencer get caught, they die, and they have no counterplay. There's just no escape.
So just to clarify, because I brought this up, I can't remember with who. I think it might have been Purge. I'm pretty sure this was the case, but the duplicate called the Tempest double that gains experience, right? For you, the main hero, or no?
Yeah, I can't remember how.
Right,
Because it's
Pip is
been
saying
changed a
yes.
couple of times, right?
Dire's bottom tower.
Okay,
I think
so
it's
it
been
does.
fixed like 2 or 3 times, and there's still some situations where it doesn't work entirely or something like that. So yeah, let's say it does.
So in pubs, you literally can sit in a fountain and you don't have to worry about abandoning.
Under attack.
Yes,
That needs-
very important perk of the hero.
No, I'm not even kidding. People do that. Literally do that. Like in competitive game, it doesn't matter because you're not getting an abandoned. But people literally sit in fountain because they don't want to lose that rapier. It's insane.
Yeah.
All right, bottom lane we have
That?
Bloodlust applied to universe. What level is that? It's level 2 Bloodlust. They're just gonna push this tower. I don't know if Liquid even want to defend. Earthshaker does have Blink Echo available. It is level 2 as well, so not too shabby. They're gonna pop fortification, but yeah, they're giving it up.
Dire's bottom tower.
Liquid in such a
fierce
tough
farming
spot right
machine.
now.
Tower has fallen.
Do you think
They're
it was
gonna-
a bluff? Like they were thinking, hey, there's no way you're gonna pick Arc Warden.
Possibly.
Dire's middle tower
Or
is
they
under
thought they had a
attack.
good plan against it, but I'm not seeing it in their picks. If they ran the same lineup and they challenged him aggressively and they could have gone away with it, maybe. But it's also possible that was their original plan.
Oh,
and then
boy.
when EG picked AA and the Ogre and Venno, they were like, okay, we actually can't aggressive trial it anymore because
Right.
they had so strong heroes for that lane.
All right,
That
well,
would've been a
Fear
very
has his rapier. You're seeing him pop his ult now.
All right, let's see
and
bottom
let's see where it
lane.
goes.
I think it's going to be Mask of Madness next. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Okay. Kinetic Field. No,
Yeah, where's
it
that
doesn't need
negative?
it.
Oh
All right,
my
Matumba.
God, Matumba man getting destroyed. Oh Lord, he barely lives through the day, and all this damage. They're finally going to take out the double. That's not even the real freaking Arc Warden, for God's sake. AA
He would have
coming in.
actually. He would have
Uh-oh.
died if Fear used Magnetic Field, I think, on the clone there. He might have been caught off guard by the stun though and wanted to use it later.
Did he? Was that damage just from the rapier, or was it from killing a Necro unit as well?
I think he might have killed a book too. It seemed a little too crazy how much damage Matumba took there.
Pimp is saying he did not kill a Necro unit.
I think he killed a book.
All right, Cinderin disagrees. We're replaying it, guys.
Oh, he's not going Mask of Madness. He's going BKB straight away. I think
Okay.
Mask is next though, but it's good.
Well, why not 2 rapiers? Why stop at 1? You know.
That's probably next after the BKB Mask.
Eventually, the Midas you don't need it anymore.
The mask is just incredible value, right? It costs because again, you think about why you don't buy Mask of Madness anymore. It's just the risk reward, right? It's take so much extra damage, and there are other farming buildups now. But for this hero on the clone, it doesn't matter. You're
Yeah.
physically immune anyway, and just hit away.
So just again, a mechanics question. Okay, actually, I just checked. Magnetic field. All right, Pimp was correct. He did not kill a book.
He didn't even kill a book.
Yeah, that's just from right clicks.
That's disgusting. Yeah, good work
Oh,
there.
we're gonna have a little jungle taking over for Liquid. What I was gonna say is Arc Warden's magnetic field. I was wondering if it went through BKB or not, but it does not. So BKB will be something to be able to counter that if they end up getting anything. So BKB is now on Lesh. It's a 10-seconder. Does anybody else have one? Yeah, Bristleback as well. That's another 10 seconds, so that's gonna help
Yeah.
quite a bit.
It's the right
Bottom
itemization.
tower is under attack.
I think it's their only chance. It's already gone to that point where 30 minutes.
All
anyways.
right, Fatha getting initiated on. Colteen might actually proc with all these slows from Arteezy on Venomancer. That's right, I said Arteezy on Venomancer. Global silences pop Fear with his illusion, just beating into Matumba Man. Will barely live through the day again. He's just going to take top racks by himself. Kuroki in the meantime takes Primal Split into an AL. Bye-bye Kuroki. No buyback for you. Melee Rax is dead for EG. Top lane, Fata caught amidst all these broodlings. He pops his BKB, attempting to do a little bit of damage to Arteezy, who's going to attempt to TP out himself. Fissure will block. Cancel that, and Splitter finishes him off. So they at least get 1 kill, but it cost them their racks. Multicast onto Fata. Sumail, trying to sacrifice his life, will force staff away with the help of PPD, but yeah, again, the sacrifice is well worth it. Is this going to be Admiral Bulldog's favorite hero when it's out in CM?
It's gonna be nerfed before it comes out. Soon. There's just no way. I'm trying to think of other heroes that work the same way, and the one that comes to mind that's just as annoying to play against at this point in the game would be a really farmed Nature's Prophet who has like Ag's Refresher, right? So your lanes are constantly pushing, and you need to defend. That's a lot easier to deal with because you can put a lot of different heroes that can just clear the trance. And Prophet, if he wants to damage buildings, he needs to go in there.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Prophet if he had Tempest double?
That'd be disgusting. I mean, he
Yeah.
farms pretty fast, but compared to Arc Warden, like, Who farms faster than Arc Warden? Maybe Alchemist?
Alchemist definitely.
But he like
farms
tapers
faster.
off big time. I don't think Arc Warden really tapers off it.
No, Arc Warden scales way better. And again, Alchemist, to use his farm, he needs to commit, he needs to risk. If you're going that Octarine Radiance build, it's not that good for breaking base. It's good for pushing lanes.
Yeah.
Arc Warden will break your base within 5 seconds if you're not there. I think Liquid had to use their glyph there as well. Actually, no, never mind. They didn't have it. So 30 seconds they will have a glyph. That's your best tool against Arc Warden late game.
Yeah.
The glyph
Oh.
lasts for 5 seconds and the clone lasts for 20. So if you time it well, you can
Dire's
save
top
buildings.
barracks
Oh,
are under attack.
Hey,
Oh.
Fear, popping that BKB, gonna backdoor that Ranger X. No problem, bro. It's all good.
Top barracks.
Yeah, any Midas is just to add insult to injury.
Frog, you want to puff a bit? You know, I mean,
It's so good. So
that's
good.
the thing we didn't talk about yet. It actually deals so much damage with the clone alone that it can go through backdoor protection and get racks too.
Mid lane, Arteezy. They're gonna use Global Silence just for this kill. And that's gonna be 10 intelligence now. He was stuck on 8 for so long, was Kuroki. Finally gets to double digits. But that's a huge ult for 1 kill.
They
I don't
gotta
know.
take what they can get right now.
Yes.
It's still a high prio kill. It's the mid laner, so you get a lot of money for it.
Brewmaster, by the way, went AC, has 2k now on top of that. More stuff picked up for the Earthshaker, Liquid, Jerax. I don't know, man. Even look at Nature's Prophet. When you get 1 Rax and you have that build of, what is it, Aghanim Scepter, Octarine Core, whatever the hell the push build is, it is so hard to push out those lanes ever again. And I feel like it's even worse when you're playing against Arc Ward.
I think Arc Warden is a bit worse at pushing the lanes, but the amount of pressure he does when it's pushed is way worse to deal with. So against Prophet, sometimes you can be a little lenient, you can give a little time. You're like, okay, the lane's pushing a bit. Against Arc Warden, you just have to have them out at all times, or kind of do his thing.
PPD right now sitting on half of an Aghanim Scepter, about 1,500 away from finishing that bad boy. Let's see, what is Fear up to? Oh, mid lane, guys.
Dire's middle
That's his
tower
Tempest
is under
double.
attack.
Can't really do damage to the tower because the creeps are not there, but he'll at least farm the
Radiant's top tower.
or cut the wave
wave.
completely. Pops the BK. All right, just for funsies, he's gonna damage the tower, which will be healed shortly after.
Oh, he gave a book to Mind Control. Nice.
Doesn't really matter at this point.
He got 2. 400 gold.
Oh yeah.
There are actually some games, if you play pubs with Arc Wardens who are that bad at the hero,
Yeah.
they're a detriment to your team. They just keep porting in at random places and spawning books, and you just farm them late game with your Ember Spirit. I think I had a game with an Arc Warden on my team who gave the Ember Spirit of the opponent team more than 3,000 golds in Necro books.
Lol.
And he obviously doesn't take damage when he's a Sleight of Fist.
Matumba Man pops the BKB, split Earth on top of the
good
creep
split.
that Fear was TPing to, and now they're gonna apply the pressure to PPD and perhaps Sumail. Fissure is there. He's just going to 4 steps away. And actually, Matumba Man's stuck on the other side. He's
Oh,
going to
that's a
take
good
an
Ice
AA
Blast.
blast. There's the Echo Slam on 2. These are 2 supports. They're going to find him one way or another.
Matumba will live too. His shield is very good against AA.
Here comes Universe. Has the blink, Thunderclap into Primal Split. Going to focus his efforts on top of Kuroki. Takes the split.
It's
And
a
Mind
mere
Control
distraction
pops
for
his ult to
Fear
get
mid.
out of the Yules, actually. Very
All
nicely
right,
done.
that's a
Matumba Man
lot
in
of
the meantime.
magnetic fields, mid.
We're watching mid now? Okay. Almost silence. There's no way to keep track of this actually. Matumba Man just stuck in the trees again against this Primal Split. Universe pops out into his normal form. He's just creating space. As Arc Warden was pushing mid to his heart's content, Universe in the meantime still stuck within 3. Arteezy with the ult. Can they actually get this? Universe critting. He gets 1 kill. Arteezy very low. Mind Control already popped his ult. Jerax getting healed up. Arteezy, he's gonna kill Mind Control. He dies in the fountain and he gets 2. Oh my god.
Yeah, that 8% damage from Aetherlands might have actually made a difference.
That's true. Negative my
Damn.
ass.
Oh, and there's some more percentage.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
What is that? 8% on top of what was that? Is that 25?
Yeah, 25.
How
He
does that
deals
stack? Does that stack
ridiculous damage.
additively?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Should.
That's pretty good. Fata has an AC now, but one of these times they're just going to get caught in the team fight and Fear's just going to push by himself. Speaking
Fear
of
still
he has
hasn't bought his
4K.
next item. He might get a second rapier.
Yeah, I think he might.
I still think the Mask of Madness is such a good value pickup, and then you replace the Midas with the second rapier. I think that's most of the time the 6-slot build you see. All right, here comes Fear.
Oh god, Arteezy blinks in with that ult until he really wants Kuroki dead, and they're gonna find it. Fear just right-clicks him with that Tempest double. AA Blast will not hit anything. Actually, it'll go through Fata, so you can't get any regen now, but this Rax looks in a lot of trouble. Arteezy sacrificing his body for the betterment of his team. while the Rax just gets pounded away. Although Arc Warden is not there. Perhaps they will
It's
defend. His
Klondike.
pipe is popped. It's a 1-for-1. Yeah, where did he go? He's just farming agents. Oh, he's going another rapier for sure.
Second
now.
rapier,
Okay.
yeah.
So not
Tyr's
taking
probably
any
having the
chances.
time of his life. He's like, I can't believe they gave me my hero, guys.
Hey, I'm playing 1 again, guys. I actually prefer this. Artesian support from now
Oh,
on.
that's true, yeah. He forces Sumail onto support, and Sumail could almost, like, 20 minutes into this game, it feels like he could just walk around where he wants. It's gotta feel good.
Sumail's the type of guy. He loves playing these heroes, though, so I don't think he minds at all. He's been playing a lot of Timbersaw off lane. I've seen him play Axe in the past. His hero pool is quite diverse. Yeah, bot lane Fear. Yep, that's Tempest double BKB with that Sacred
Yo,
Relic
Kuro.
on top of the Rapier. And, oh, he's going to kill Kuroki, no problem. Okay, good. Get the range out. Not quite. Permanent damage is applied, though.
OS Frog.
I feel like when I cast Arc Warden, everything's sarcastic. Oh, he's here. That's great to see. Good to see Arc Warden. And everybody else is going normal builds. Universe should be able to finish his BKB now. Just needs the recipe.
Oh boy, here we go.
And PPD almost done with Ags. Ay, ay, ay. There it is.
Alright. I think it's between selling Midas to Mask of Madness or getting... I don't know what else.
you
Hex?
I don't think you sell it until you use it a few more times.
Oh yeah. You just replace it on... You'd like swap it back and forth.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, porting
Top
top.
lane, we got a TP. They're trying to take out the range racks, or not the range racks, the range creep. Mind control. Hi, that's Arc Warden. That's correct. As Arteezy is going to help take out.
Good deny.
Yeah, denied himself with the Bloodstone. He'll be back soon enough here in the meantime. That's not the real guy. It never is. It never is, friends. Arteezy drops to the deck. EG doesn't really get anything out of that. They get the denied last track, I suppose.
I'm not sure what they're doing.
Okay, never mind. The Necro kills. Oh, I feel
It's
so
just-
bad for my control right now.
It looked like EG are just having a really good time. It's literally Arteezy and Fear against 5 in the enemy base. The other heroes didn't even join.
And they're kiting for Silvac so
Alright, looks
hard
like it's
right
business now.
And that's a buyback on Arteezy, by the way. Primal split pop. Bata pops the BKB himself. Will attempt to run away. They're going to take out the Fiery Panda. Pretty much no problem. And here comes Arteezy. Blink, ult with the Veil. On cooldown for another 8 seconds action. Matumba Man stuck in the midst of things. Cold feet applied. Multicast. Bye-bye, Matumba Man. You are dead for a long-ass time, good sir. That's 3 dead for Liquid, and this should be GG for EG. As the racks just fall. The right clicks of fear. Please. Oh my, disgusting. Ugh.
I think it's healthy that we get to see it in one competitive game. Just because this is like... you can't judge it from only one game, but... Yay! It's not how you spell arc. unless you're talking about something.
Competitive.
But
Spelled everything wrong. Let's not get
yeah,
ourselves.
it's classic Slice.
Yeah, in case you were wondering if Arc One is actually OP, well, maybe this will answer it for you.
Small sample size, but the hero definitely showed its strengths in this game.
Yeah.
And, you can't always judge from pubs, but just seeing this one competitive game kind of confirms all my worst fears about this hero.
All right, so from Liquid's perspective, this series does not matter anymore. No matter what, they will be going to the lower bracket in the playoff stage, which is going to be next week. EG, it kind of matters because right now they're sitting on 6 points versus Vega, who's currently in first place. So if EG wins this next game, they win the series in